Okay, I think I will slowly start. Looks quite full as well already. I'm happy that you all came. I hope my voice still holds because I've been talking to people since 10 a.m. straight, basically. So yeah, pray with me. So I'm going to talk about how AI transforms the future of education today. And I'm Jan. I'm co-founder at AceMate AI. Quickly, some information about me. I have experience in full stack development at SAP and N26. Was a teaching assistant as well, and worked at or did some research at the DFKI. So education. When we're talking about education, how it's traditionally been, it's really a one-size-fits-all approach. So no matter if you're in university or if you're in a company, most of the times you're working with documents. If you're a student, you have your lecture slides from your professor, and you kind of try to learn with that, extract the knowledge, and it's a very linear transfer. There's no personalization at all. There's no interactivity. There's low engagement, and it's a high manual effort to really bring these kinds of documents into a structure that is suitable for you to learn. For example, flashcards. By the way, do you understand me well? Because okay. So now AI comes into play. So I quickly want to qualify, what do I even mean by AI today? Because nowadays, often when we're talking about AI, people are talking about generative AI. But we still have the traditional machine learning, which is still really useful in analyzing data, identifying patterns, making predictions. Of course, we have the large language model now, which everyone is talking about, which in the end don't do much more than generating text. And then we have retrieval augmented generation, which is kind of a combination of real-time data retrieval with LLMs to really bring it to the next level. And these are the core technologies or parts of AI we see as relevant for education. And with that, we can really go towards a personalized education, because with that, we can generate custom content that are based on the learner's uploaded documents and style. We can create engaging elements, real-time feedback, and also really adjust this content based on each learner's individual progress, style, and performance. And that leads us to where we started with the documents, to really, that we put in between this AI assistant or AI technology that creates interactive elements out of these documents that the learner can then in the end use to learn. And we also can introduce this loop that, back from the learner's performance and the style this person learns, this can go back in the whole content creation, really adapting it again, enhancing efficiency and making everything more interactive. Just this was a very quick introduction about education and AI in general. I also want to talk about what we do. So we started this at the beginning of this year because we're all still students and we're a bit frustrated with the current learning tools. And we built an AI flashcard and quiz generator app for ourselves. And then we talked with a lot of students, and we identified a lot of key common problems. And then in March, we applied for KEETS, which offers a public funding program, which, by the way, if you want to know more about that, you can also talk to me afterwards on the Q&A. We started working full-time on developing an AI learning platform, built a first prototype in 3 weeks, and since then iterating with users, onboarded 2 more freelancers. We secured a pilot project with TU Berlin to also use that for educators, and launch a public beta in July. But this all has been a bit cryptic. I actually just want to show you what we are doing, and I think then also all of this becomes a bit more clear when it comes to the potential of AI. Oh, all right. So imagine you're a student, you upload your lecture slides. Like this is, for example, some macroeconomic slides. And then the first thing you do, you might have a question about anything. So you go to the chatbot. This is very similar to something like ChatGPT that you might know, just that with the difference that this chatbot will always stay close to your documents and only use these information as a reference, always making sure that, it's not hallucinating, really staying close to all the information your professor used. So this might already be quite useful, but now I want to practice my knowledge. And I generated a lot of exams today. But what you can do here now is based on these documents, and let me quickly select something. So I'm generating multiple choice and free text. So I generate quiz questions now to myself to practice my knowledge and really exercise, because what we learned from all the students we spoke with, that essentially task exercises, exams are still the most efficient way of studying. So I get generated custom questions out of my content that I can answer, which is pretty useful already. So the thing is, this is personalized based on the document, but it's still not personalized based on your individual learning style. So the next step is, based on each individual document, we create a knowledge graph with all the topics and subtopics that are covered in this particular document. And based on your performance and the tests, you get kind of a visual, and this still needs to be improved, but you get kind of a visual idea of what topics you're already good at and what topics you need to improve, which again then flows back. And this is then kind of what I showed here, which again goes back then into our AI content creation system, so that the next exam you're going to generate is really based on the topics that you already, that you need to improve most. So then, and additionally, you can also, upload existing exams. Like this is linear algebra exams I uploaded. And you can ask questions. You can, for example, say, I don't know, this is a long time ago for me, so I'm not sure about if that's right, but you get the idea. So you can also take documents, static PDF documents, and really bring them to life, making them interactive. And I think this is my main message for this talk as well. It's just the potential that all this technology has in making all these static PDF, all these static documents we have interactive, personalized, and really with the click of a button. Who can use something like this? Of course, students for exam preparation, but also educators to generate more quizzes, more exercises for the students. And in the end, this is as usable in companies as well. In fact, we also uploaded, tried it with Morning with like an Airbus ethics compliance policy. I think some of you may know these long compliance, boring documents. And if you want to ask a question, for example, about what are the core values of Airbus, and you don't want to search through the entire documents. It will also give you the exact answer based on the documents uploaded, which is really helpful. So maybe my question to you now, after you saw this, maybe got a better idea of the potential of AI in general when it comes to, first of all, content creation based on your documents, but also in terms of personalization. I would like to know who would use a feature like the exam quiz generator. Who of you would have used? okay, that's already a few people. Who would use the chatbot? So, but with the knowledge that, yeah, like I showed you, that when you ask a question, it always reference, the pages that is relevant to answer that question. Yeah, okay. And who is interested in these knowledge graph as a kind of overview? Yeah, that's always interesting for me because actually I'm not a really visual person, and for me, like I never studied with mind maps, but apparently to a lot of people they're really useful. Where are we going from here? What's general the path for AI in the future? I mean, now still all of these startups that come out of these new tools are really based on text generation, but I think the next step is, and maybe some of you already saw the demo of OpenAI last week with the new ChatGPT 4o. The next step is definitely voice, because it's an even more natural way of communicating, and you can imagine things like a mock oral exam. You can imagine things like an individual lecture where an AI is teaching you something, but you can always interrupt. You can always ask questions without being, feeling embarrassed to ask a stupid question or something. So I think this whole voice part is really, a great thing we're going to see in the future. We have the AI tutor, which is more, what I mean by that is more everything regarding the personalization, so that it, instead of, okay, I want to create an exam now, that the AI also takes a more proactive approach in teaching you about a topic. So maybe every day you get some sort of quiz, you get some input. This is kind of what we imagine here. We're also going to implement social feature, because despite all this new AI cool technology, it's still super effective to learn together, to share content. And then autocomplete is also interesting path. I don't know if you're using GitHub Copilot, but something like this is also could be very useful for writing documents. So my key takeaways for this talk I want to give to you is, first of all, Gen AI really opens up so many new possibilities in education. And I hope you got a bit closer in understanding how large the potential actually is. Second, it has never been easier to start building a product. No matter if you're already a programmer or if you cannot code, if you have an idea, like these AI tools also really assist you a lot in coding. And I think it has never been easier to learn coding as well. So I really want to encourage you, if you have any idea you think you want to pursue, now is the right time. You can apply for public funding programs. It's often much easier than you think to get into these. So I really want to encourage you to that. And with that, thank you for your time. And we're going to launch a public beta at 1st of July. You can sign up for the wait list. And if you see any use case for you, in your day-to-day life, or maybe even in your company, feel also free to approach us. Thank you very much. Okay, has anyone a question? Maybe. I know this was a tech talk. I did not dive too deep into our actual technical setup. If you're interested, also feel free to shoot.
What would be your main point of focus going forward in terms of accessibility to the program?
Accessibility in terms of... Okay, can you specify accessibility?
I mean, there are a lot of people that don't have the necessary hardware, I would say. But also a lot of people don't really know how to use certain software. So would you also go to schools and teach them how to use it, or what would be your plan?
So in general, I mean, that's definitely... So right now we're still in closed beta, and when we start this large public beta in July, I think we will learn a lot about how different people use these platforms, what they understand already and what not. Because for all of us, we have a computer science background, so we know what all these tools can do, but many do not. So I think we will learn a lot from that, and also, yeah, based on that, then make our platform even more accessible. When it comes to schools, I think right now this is not really focused. Like, this is really focused on students, companies, and educators right now. The potential is definitely there, but I think when you give it to kids, they are much. I think in school in general, it's still not so, like, often you don't even have a PDF document. It's really much more manual still. And there are a lot of more things you need to take care of when it comes to safety. But yeah, it's definitely a topic we're going to explore in the next weeks, and where we're going to learn a lot, I think, what people understand and not understand about how our platform works.
What is the underlying language model did you use?
Several. We use 3 right now, actually, for different things. We use the Gemini Flash model, which is relatively new. We use Mixtral, and then we also use Llama 8B. So depending on the use case and the step in the process, we use different models. But we really try to be quite efficient, try out different things, different models, and not just go with OpenAI.
Yeah, can I use multiple documents, upload the multiple documents? Should those be related, or it can be unrelated also?
Yeah, that works. I mean, that's also the idea, that you upload all the documents to your course. I mean, I can also generate an exam which then is a mixture of the compliance policy and the macroeconomic slide, which probably won't make so much sense, but definitely this is also on the agenda for us to break up the structure of the current documents that you may get in your course, and really bringing it into a new structure, maybe connecting new topics from the first lecture and the 5th lecture to make it a bit more, that makes more sense. So yeah, like you see here now, first question is about Airbus ethics compliance, and then so that will work as well.
So similar question, from the document reader that you have, can you just plug in a bunch of PDFs on various subjects, and then it will basically give you a summary based on all those PDFs, like an information base? Or is it just kind of one document at the time?
So the summary generation is not something we implemented yet, but definitely plan to. But I think maybe to go a bit more deeper into also how the exam generation works. It's not just it throws in the PDF and says, generate me an exam out of that. I mean, you could do that with ChatGPT as well, but instead we really leverage this knowledge graph we build out of each document and the individual topics, to generate a meaningful exam that actually represents also content across document and also across different documents. Yeah, if that answered your question. Okay. If there's no more question, like I said, maybe one more.
Hi, I was wondering about the exams. So can you cross-reference your knowledge base with existing exams and say, let's generate the same type of exam?
Good question. It didn't show that, but maybe... One second. So, for example, this is a linear algebra exam from my study program, And you can also go ahead. I did that earlier. You have to trust me on this now. So you can upload this, and our pipeline will extract the content. So this is these are exactly the tasks you see here, but making it interactive again. So instead of the static documents, you can now ask questions, say, give me step-by-step solutions, and so on. And then, of course, also generate new exams on top of this that really follow the same structure. But if you look at and this is still also work in progress, but if you look at the exact function, it's slightly modified. So you basically, you have an existing exam as a template, and it follows the same structure, basically generating your infinite mock exams in the style of your professor. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. We have a stand over there. I think S4 or something. If we still have voice by then, you can catch us there, talk to us, ask some more questions. Thank you very much.